Hey guys, it's Marissa
and Shauna,
and today's video is going to be
5 things that influencers are tricking us into thinking are normal.
Basically, they're brainwashing us.
Pretty much, just things on social media that you see it so often that you just think it's normal, but it's not normal.
Okay, so this one is one that I really hate, and it is over the top displays of affection for your significant other.
Okay, so you know on Instagram, those like really cringy posts where people will post for their anniversary or they'll post a tribute for like their boyfriend's birthday, but they'll make it so gushing and they'll just be like, oh, I can't live without you.
I was nothing before I met you.
Yeah, but
My
the
life
so
didn't even
over the
start.
top.
So cringy.
And I feel like so many people do that. Like,
I know.
Seriously.
Like, people have, like, and people are so OTT. They're, like, celebrating our 35 days together. Like, celebrating our 42nd date. Like, people are so weird and random. And they'll, like, freaking print the date on a locket. Like, they'll put it on a sweater. Like, they'll do, like, the most, like, ridiculous things for, like, celebrating 2 months with someone. Like, why don't you, like, wait till you celebrate, like, a year or something?
Even at a year, though, like, okay, to be clear, it's not that, like, just people posting about their boyfriend annoys me, because I feel like that's normal. That's, like, an everyday part of the person's life.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's certain influencers that we know of where it's all they post is, like, my boyfriend got me flowers, my boyfriend's taking me on a trip, my boyfriend surprised me with this. And, like, it's all so, I feel like it's kind of designed to make themselves look superior and like look better than you and look like, oh, like my relationship is perfect. And the people we know behind the scenes, their relationships are not perfect.
Nope.
You see on social media like, oh, he just keeps buying me flowers every week, and then you hear behind the scenes like, oh, he cheated on me.
Oh my gosh, I know. So yeah, that is definitely, I feel like normal people, like, it's like you don't have to like have this grand, like freaking an episode of The Bachelor type of like romance with someone. And I feel like social media influencers in particular are so good at making that look like the norm. Like, oh my God, you don't have a boyfriend that buys you flowers every single week? You just must not be loved, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it kind of makes two types of people feel bad. Number one, people who are single, and number two, people who have a relationship, but like it's normal. Like you get into fights, you don't agree all the time. And like having this standard of perfection held up by social media influencers, I feel like it's very unhealthy.
gosh, I feel like this one is very controversial.
Very controversial.
But it is being over the top about Taylor Swift merch and concert tickets. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a fan of Taylor Swift. I've been following Taylor Swift's career for a long time. I love her songs. I've got, like, so many of her songs that I listen to repeatedly. But I feel like people on social media take the obsession to an extreme level.
People are like, oh my God, if you don't buy $5,000 front row seats to her concert, you are not even a Swiftie. If you don't have every single thing from the Eras merch tour. Eras, yeah. I don't even know what her tour is called. Like, if you don't have every single piece of merch, like, you are a fake fan. And I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know.
Like, it's again, like, the thing with, like, there's a healthy, like, obsession with Taylor Swift, and then there's an extreme obsession with Taylor Swift.
Like, I don't think just because you don't have, like, thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on concert tickets and merch and stuff like that, that, like, you're a fake fan, or, like, it makes you less of a Taylor Swift fan, or, like, you're not allowed to love her as much because you didn't spend all this money.
Well, like I'm not a hater. Like, I tried to go to her concert, but first of all, when the tickets first went on sale, there was this whole thing about, like, there was 3,000 people in the Ticketmaster queue trying to get through or something like that. And then her tickets became so expensive. Like, I literally saw articles that said her front row tickets were being sold for $20,000. And I mean,
$20,000, like,
I know a couple people who bought tickets last minute when she was in LA, and they each paid, I want to say, between $1,000 and $2,000 per ticket. And it's like,
no thanks.
A lot of her fans like don't have the money to spend on that.
I can't spend that. Concert tickets, I need it to live.
I think it would have been really nice if Taylor Swift had performed at the Super Bowl this year, but she declined it because she does not want to perform a free show, and they got Usher instead.
Taylor's got her agenda, her money agenda, so I don't know. I just think it's like, I think it's wrong when influencers are like, you didn't live if you weren't at the Eras tour tonight.
I know.
I'm just like, whatever.
I do think it kind of makes me feel left out because it's like, well, I wasn't at her tour because number one, we weren't invited by a brand who is paying for the tickets. Yeah. And number two, I just don't have the money to spend thousands of dollars on a concert ticket.
Like if I'm spending $20,000 on Taylor Swift, she better be coming to my house for an entire month. We better be hanging out like all summer or something. I'm not just going to see a couple hours of concert. Like, no, I need more. I better be getting like her kidney or something.
Imagine like paying her to hang out with you and like be your friend.
Dude, I wonder how much her kidneys are worth. Not that she'd ever give her kidney away.
Okay, Selena.
Probably like $1 billion. So one thing I've noticed is that whenever someone talks about being classy on social media, they always talk about it like in a sense of like, oh, you have to wear neutrals and whites and beiges and like really like boring, bland, neutral colors.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of things that are classy, I think Dossier is very classy.
This is the Golden Rum and Amber perfume from the Speakeasy collection, and we love Dossier. We are huge Dossier fans. We've been wearing them for years, and I just love it because it smells like a very, very expensive scent, and I do feel like it's very long lasting. So if you were to like spritz yourself with this and then go out, like I feel like people would be like, ooh, what perfume is that? Like, what are you wearing?
I've gotten so many compliments on Dossier perfumes before. This one is Fresh Margarita and Lime, also from the Speakeasy collection.
And the great thing about Dossier is that they recreate luxury scents, but at affordable prices. So they're all made in Grasse, France. So they're just really, really good, high quality dupes at affordable prices. You can get some for like $30, $40, $50. They have like really good price points for perfume, and like you get a really big bottle of it, so it's gonna last kind of a while. I like drown myself in this stuff. And so if you guys want to buy some Dossier perfumes of your own, we will link them below for you guys along with a coupon code. And oh my gosh, guys, they smell so good. You're gonna want all of them, trust me.
Yeah, you don't have to be beige to be classy. You don't have to wear all neutrals and creams and whites. We obviously love color.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally think this bright blue turtleneck is pretty classy.
Yeah, we're very classy. The epitome of class.
And I've noticed it in home decor too. Like everyone thinks like to be classy, everything has to be neutral. I love color. I love our pink chair over there.
I know. I feel like don't let influencers fool you into thinking like you need this basic cream colored coat for the winter. You can't wear anything of color. Because it's like, I don't know, crazy prints are fun.
Well, yeah, I just feel like you should embrace color. Like, don't be so scared of it.
I know, I agree. So I think that that's one thing where it's like, I definitely disagree with the social media, like attitude of like, you only can wear these colors if you want to be classy.
Or even just saying that that's what is classy.
Yeah.
Like, that is not what is classy.
I know.
Like,
what
classy?
defines classy? Yeah, not that.
Okay, so another thing that social media is tricking us into thinking is normal is those really, like, healthy, protein-flavored, like, junk food or snack food that they try to tell you it's just, like, the real thing. And
I'm making a face because I know what you're thinking about.
The two of us, we hate that that edible cookie dough called Eat Dough. That's like really healthy. It tastes gross. It tastes nothing like cookie dough.
Like a power bar. If you and I even said this once. I said if you label it as like power bar dough, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's power bar dough. It tastes like power bar. But like, when you label it as like, oh my god, it tastes like the best Oreo cookie dough. It's so delicious. No, it isn't. It tastes like protein powder. It tastes like proteiny aftertaste. Like, I'm just saying, like, I feel like those ads are so clever, and like people are like, especially the super healthy people, the people that have clearly like never even eaten Oreo flavored cookie dough are like saying that it tastes just like it, and I'm like, you don't even know, you know what I mean? Like, it's a really good health dough, but it's not like, don't label it as like, I'm gonna get that same satisfaction as if I were eating real cookie dough, because obviously I'm not. Like, I ain't gonna.
And that's kind of also how I feel about Erewhon smoothies, because like, yeah, they're good, but are they worth $20? No,
they are not.
Get yourself a Jamba Juice. It'll be like less than half the price.
Especially that Mariana Hewitt smoothie is so gross.
It is gross.
Like, it looks beautiful, tastes disgusting. So I just feel like these really overly healthy foods being like labeled, like, I don't mind overly healthy foods, but I mind when you're like, oh my god, it tastes better than a fresh baked cookie at a carnival. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, just be real with it.
Just be honest. It tastes like crap.
It tastes like a nasty, healthier dupe. Which, if you want that, cool, but especially the cookie dough. I'm so triggered. I'm never eating that stuff again. So another one is over-the-top displays of wealth, like with birthday parties or gender reveal parties, or like things for young kids that aren't even gonna like know or remember.
Especially things with kids, like kids' bedrooms, kids' nurseries, just like kids' birthday parties. I mean, they do look really fun, but they're not normal. Like, I would love to go to one of the Kardashians, like,
oh my god,
parties.
I know, dude. Invite of the century. Like the Disneyland themed one. And then I think once you showed me like a Harry Potter themed one.
Oh yeah, that wasn't for the Kardashians. That was for some other rich person.
But I just feel like it's not normal. Like, you don't need to spend, like, I'm looking at those parties, I'm like, that must cost like at least like $50,000 or something to like put that together.
I don't know. I guess I feel it makes me almost nostalgic for like the days when we were kids, when like you'd have a piñata, you'd have like a clown do it, or like a magician.
I remember the time I had a birthday party at McDonald's. It was the birthday party of my life.
Yeah. We
had one of those cheap little cakes, like probably tasted disgusting. Couple of those paper party hats, I'm pretty sure even like Grimace and all the mofos were there. Like, Hamburglar, Grimace, we got the whole crew. And we got a play place with those German-fested ball pits.
And it was probably the best birthday of your life.
I know, like, it's just...
We had a birthday party for you once at Chuck E. Cheese, too.
I remember. And nobody came to it because it was the same day as a field trip. So there were like 3 people there. It's okay.
I remember, like, I don't know, it just makes me nostalgic for like playing pin the tail on the donkey, and just more like simple, humble parties, I guess.
Like, I refuse to feel bad for not having Kardashian themed birthday parties, because they look really cool. And especially on social media where you're like, ooh, look at this like table of like decorative cake pops and these goodie bags
that nobody's even eating.
Oh my god. And these goodie bags with like iPads in them or whatever. Like however the freaking Kardashians do it. But like, I don't know, it's just like,
it's a bit much.
And I feel like it's like, I like to enjoy the simpler things.
Well, and I feel like if you have a really over the top birthday party when you're a kid, there's really like nothing to build up to. There's like nothing to work your way up to. It's kind of like, oh, it's all downhill from here, unless you can top it somehow.
That's true, because like the bar is constantly being set higher and higher. Yeah. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah. It reminds me of Dudley Dursley.
Oh yeah, last year there was 37, 36. When we go out, Mommy's going to buy you 2 new presents. That is how it is.
Yeah. Dudley, he wanted more gifts.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, we joke about it, but really, like, I feel like it's kind of, social media is raising a generation of entitled, spoiled brats.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's like, because it's just like, then it's like they come to expect it. Like, where's my gifts? Where's my big party?
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah, blah.
People talk about millennials like they're spoiled and entitled.
No.
I think that this new whatever
Gen
comes
Z.
after whatever comes after Gen Z, like
yeah.
the kids growing up now. The kids of tomorrow.
Gen double Z.
Gen double Z or
Gen
whatever.
double Z. Yeah, no, I agree. Because it's just like, especially when like you see babies with like Birkins and like Hermes and Chanel, and they're just flopping it around like they don't even care. And I'm like, oh. Like, I get so triggered when I watch Sex and the City movie and I see the little girl with the Judith Lieber.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
Charlotte's daughter.
I'm like, really? That $5,000+ clutch bag? That little crystal clutch bag? So those were some things that influencers on social media can sometimes make you feel bad about. Comment below if you guys related to any of these. For me, I feel like the Taylor Swift one is the most relatable.
Yeah.
Like, don't come for us, guys, but it's just like, I ain't got $20,000 for a front row concert ticket. I'm sorry.
It's funny because I noticed how, like, you know how Kim Kardashian is feuding, or she feuded in the past with Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
So, like, she didn't take North to the concert.
T-Swift getting the cold shoulder. And yeah, also we will link Dossier below for you guys if you want to check them out. Get yourself some delicious new fragrances. And we love you guys. Mwah. Big kiss and bye guys.